Okay, Mara,
What happened to our song?
I know. We didn't get the work.
Work.
We have this song that she gets up every morning and she starts her day with the song with Rihanna, work. And she said it just makes, she listens to it and she gets all fired up, gets in the state, and goes to work. Don't you love it? Anyway, Mara, you have just done an amazing job with Isagenix, and you've enrolled a lot of new people into your team, and I know it takes time to do that. But how do you determine how to work with your team members? What do you do to, find out what they want?
Well, that's something I had to learn. Good question, Kathy, by the way. We had this joke backstage.
That was a joke.
Yeah. So, who here has done neuromarketing before starting Isagenix? Not many. So I've never done neuromarketing before. So starting this, it was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I'm already verbal vomiting on people. I have no idea what to do. I can't describe what I'm feeling. I feel like an alien. I have way too much energy. People won't understand. So for me, to get started in this and have all the systems, it was like the best thing for me. So what I do to basically figure out who I'm working with, what people want, is to use the new associate checklist. Who's found it in their workbooks? It's in the first section. Who can tell me first what page is there? It's at. Test. Are you looking in your workbooks? Okay, we've got some work to do. Who can tell me first what page the associate checklist is at? 18, good job. Woohoo! Awesome. So who here has found a little bit awkward to talk to people about Isagenix and sharing it? And okay, I did too. So when I started using the new associate checklist, which I didn't at the beginning, my bad, I found it so much easier because it's got all the questions there for you. It asks people what do they want from their health goals. It sets the date. They understand what authorship is. It goes through every single thing that you find awkward. It's almost like, hey, I'm not doing this. I have to follow this checklist. Who would like that? Be more ease. Yeah. Awesome. And I love when it gets to the part where, look, I'm obligated to tell you that you can actually get these products for free. I have to tell you about this. So when I tell people about that, look, I'm just following the checklist. I have to tell you that you can get these products for free. So I just love that it just gives you the tracks to run on. And not only that, but if you do it and you share with your people, what's going to happen? They're going to do it. And then they're going to do it with their people because they know nothing else but how to share it but using the associate checklist. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool.
So where do you find the new associate checklist on isagenixbusiness.com?
You can literally type it in the search box, or you can just click on Start Here. Or if you remember nothing of what I've said today, you can literally go on Google and type in New Associate Checklist. It'll be like your first find. Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Now with that checklist, does that help you determine if they're a customer or if they're really wanting to do the business? Does it lead you?
Yeah. So it goes through, again, all these questions. It basically just makes your life so much easier. Yes, I know how to ask people if they just want to be a product user or not. But just the fact that it goes through every single point, whether it tells you, look, I'm obligated to tell you that you can share this. Whether they tell you, look, I'm not interested in sharing yet, it's still your job to let them know that you can share, that they can share the products. I know for once, if Jacob hadn't told me that I could get my products for free, I probably wouldn't have started on the Presents Pack. I was like, yeah, I'll start on the Presents Pack. I'll get this paid in my first week. And it's true. If he wouldn't have told me, and Mary was drawing circles, like, do you have 2 friends? And I was like, Mary, I've got more than 2 friends. And literally it was like that. So it's really fun to do. It just takes so much of that awkwardness a lot of people have at the start. What am I going to do? Oh, somebody said yes. What do I do now? Who's had that question? Who's had that worry? Oh, my God, I think they're interested. I don't know what to do now. You go through the associate checklist.
So Mara, let's say you just signed me up. How long would you hold my hand and help me?
I think, again, the new associate checklist will probably just give me exactly all the information that I need to know about you, Kathy. I know if you just want to be a product user, so then I'll make sure you're up to date with isaproduct.com, with isagenixhealth.net, that you get recipes from me, that I give you ideas, that you have an awesome product experience. Whether somebody wants to share or not, if they're like, really, yeah, I could share with people, at the end of the day, your intention kind of needs to be for them to have the best first 30 days on the product. Who agrees? Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you enrolled me. How would you hold me accountable to my goals? Let's say I said I wanted to replace my income. What would you do with me to hold me accountable?
Yeah. Again, I mean, I've repeated this 1,000 times, but I really do use this checklist. Once I've got your details, whether I meet up with you in person and take your answers, what are your health goals or whatnot. Sometimes I do it over the phone with people. Hey, if you got 10 minutes tonight, can I go through the new associate checklist? I would have already emailed it to them. So we kind of go through the questions together. And then I'll print it out and I'll have like a folder of everybody's goals. So then if I go back, oh my God, what did Kathy want? Oh my God, okay, I need to call her up and make sure that she's on her way to hitting her goals. Is that easy to do? Kind of keeps you organized? Yeah.
If you're starting me out, do you help me do my first calls?
Yes. Oh my God, I love that. So I love doing a welcome call with everybody. So once you get your products, oh my God, give me a call when that box arrives. It's like Christmas. And they call me, it's like, it really does feel like Christmas. You were right. And I was like, I know. And then we go go through the products. I'll tell them where to put where, Ionix goes in the fridge. We go through that and I say, look, what is going to probably happen is in a few days, you might start feeling really, really good. And then maybe in another week, some people are probably going to start noticing that you're a little bit like way too energetic and maybe you're going to lose a bit of weight. So what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to offer you a welcome call because I know you're probably not going to know what to say and how you're going to describe how you're feeling. So I'm going to give you a 3-way call to do with anybody that you want to share this with, just to help you out. And then they just learn from me on the phone.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So obviously you've been very successful at building leaders in your team. So what do you do to help step them up the rank to a consultant, manager, director? Is there any special things that you say to them or do with them that helps them go up the rank?
I've got a few reds in my team. Who knows what a personality red is? And I'm a yellow. So I need to figure out how to work with all these different people. So first of all, this is what I learned from Peter actually, is just to be their biggest cheerleader. And I literally go off for them, whether it's on social media, I'll call them up and, how are you going? Oh my God, I'm so excited for you, let's do this. And so that will be the first thing, is just understanding where they're at, getting them so excited. But what I find physically, what works really, really well, and you can all do this, is launch parties. Because they kind of get that bit more of a courage, it's an intimate space. They can invite the neighbor and the friend and the auntie, and literally within one night they can become consultants or managers or even directors. So it's just a fantastic way to advance people and show them it's actually not that difficult to rank advance. You just have to share it with love and just show people in an intimate environment the results and how amazing we all feel. We're just real people having incredible results on these products. Yeah.
How many launch parties do you do a week, or do your team do a week?
Yeah.
So you mentioned launch parties.
Yeah. We hold, with Mary and Jacob, we hold every Tuesday night. We hold a launch party. That's it. I do nothing else on Tuesday nights. I'm at the launch party. And I have a whole week to plan, to invite people along. And I have the whole week to organize the team and say, hey, are you bringing someone along? You can rank advance this week.
So do you think that's one of your key secrets to success, that consistent launch party?
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I went 3-star, I had 3 launch parties in 1 week. I was a bit like, okay, no more launch parties for a while. But I probably had only 1 new guest in that whole week, but I had my team there who brought new guests. So they went to consultant and manager and director, and then it basically boosted up everyone's business, so everyone benefited from it. So that's
very good. So you are new to network marketing. You've never done network marketing before. So if someone had told you, and you knew this before about network marketing, what would that be? Is it something you really wished you knew about network marketing before you joined? What would that be?
I wish that maybe I knew that a lot of people wouldn't like that I'm going to do this, or wouldn't understand what this is. So But what I found is in this whole journey is that a lot of people just don't know what Isagenix is. A lot of people just don't know what network marketing is. A lot of people just don't know what residual income is. I mean, just me helping out a little bit my parents with their mortgages gone down 15 years of my, it's just, So when I tell people this is what it actually is, it's just educating people what this amazing opportunity is, especially for young people. I mean, we can be free to be ourselves. Like, I mean, look at me. Like, I'm just, do you know what I mean? And we can just be ourselves and share this incredible gift with people just because our intention is just to show other people they can have so much more than just a 9 to 5. So I wish I knew that a lot of people wouldn't understand, but perhaps I like that because it's a little bit of my challenge to just educate people on what this really, really is.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Thank you. Jen, I know you and your husband have done so much together and have been so successful in Isagenix. And you worked, obviously, you had 3 businesses.
We did.
You did. And so when did you feel comfortable leaving those businesses and going to Isagenix full time?
So, Kathy, we were 6-star or earning about $9,000 a week. So, prior to Isagenix, we were earning around $200,000 a year between us. And we felt comfortable in leaving those businesses when we had double the income in Isagenix. Because remember, Isagenix is like other businesses. It doesn't ever just go up and up and up and up. It's always going to be like this as it goes up. And so we can't go, oh my gosh, we earned as much as we earn in our other job just once and then go, oh, let's ditch everything and just go with Isagenix. So we want to give our business time to really stabilize with the ups and downs and make sure we know exactly where we are. So for us, it was at about double what we previously earned.
That's good. That's good input.
Until then, we really just fit Isagenix into the pockets of our lives. So I was working about 60 hours a week, and we had a 2-year-old, and we had another baby actually when we went 5-star. And so by pockets of time, what I mean is that's the beautiful part about this business is you can do things in 5 minutes. When you have 5 minutes, you can quickly make a phone call. When you have 5 minutes, you can jump in your back office and check a report. When you have 5 minutes, you can, make a little list of who you're going to call. So you don't need to wait for a 2-hour block of time.
Why do you still work? I mean, you're making that kind of money. You don't need to work another day in your life. So why do you still do Isagenix?
Because I want people to have what we have. Because I didn't know that this life existed before Isagenix. I always knew that you had to work hard to get ahead, and you would just keep working really, really, really hard and just gradually get ahead. But there's a whole nother life out there. And when you reach this place of where time and money actually is no object, and you can sit there and think, well, what do I really want to do today? It's kind of confronting when it first happens. You're like, wow, actually, what do I want to do? Because I don't have to show up because it's residual income now. It comes, we get paid whether we show up or not. And imagine, my dream is to imagine sitting with a whole room of people who are in that same situation, where time and money really is no object. And imagine the magic that we can create in the world. Imagine the difference we can make when we have so many people. So that's why I keep showing up, because I want everyone to have the life that we have.
That's beautiful. I know you and Jono work your business together as a couple. And I know that takes time really to learn how to work with your spouse. So can you give anybody some ideas how you have managed to be successful and has to have a great marriage, be a great mom and dad, how you work the business together? What does Jono do? What do you do? And how do you support each other?
Yes, I think that's such an important question. And who's, who's single? Is there many single? Yeah, so there's a few single people, so everyone else is in a relationship. And it's really important that we make that, make that relationship work. So Jono and I just kind of naturally fell into a groove, I guess, of working out what we like to do in the business. And Jono's more naturally a supportive type of person, so he really falls into those roles, and I kind of am a bit more process orientated, so I quite like, the back office and doing some business training and stuff like that. So we just really do what we enjoy. But what I think is really, really important is to acknowledge the support role, because the support role is the not sexy stuff. Like taking the garbage out, putting the kids to bed. Like Jono will be putting the kids to bed while I'm on a call. Who's got their partner at home now looking after the kids while they're here? Yeah, that many people. You couldn't be here without that person. So you might feel like they're not connecting with people, they're not prospecting, they're not, doing three-way calls, they're not jumping on a webinar and doing business training, but you couldn't be here without that person home supporting your kids. You wouldn't be able to build this business without the support person. So I think that we really need to remember that this business has two parts to it. It's the upfront kind of sexy stuff, and there's the non-sexy support stuff. The other thing that's really important is to find out our partner's why. If I don't know what he wants to do with his day and he doesn't know what I want to do with my day, then we're going to be like a rubber band that just gradually stretches and stretches until at some point it breaks. So we have to take time to sit and say, what do you want out of this? And then when we have some tough days and we're tired, or there's too much to do and not enough time, then we can both remember, well, hey, we're doing this, so, and by the way, Jono wants more than to surf for 3 times a day, but I can remember, well, Jono needs to go surfing, and he can remember, what's driving. Why doesn't Jen just lay down and read a book? Because we've set that goal together. So really important to sit down, and so many couples don't sit down together and talk to each other and really understand what each other wants out of it. And especially important if you're feeling that you have a non-supportive partner, that's how you're going to engage them in supporting you more in doing this business. If you can sit down and say, and what do we want together? Is it a holiday? And can this Isagenix business help us pay for that holiday or that car or, whatever it is?
That's beautiful. And I think it's important that's great advice. And I think it's really important to be grateful for your spouse. And, send them a text message every once in a while. Tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them. All the ones that are home taking care of the kids, thank you for taking care of. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. Always living your life in gratitude and appreciation really makes a huge difference. Okay, another great question. You have 14 personally enrolled executives, 4 platinums. So obviously you've been very, very successful at developing leaders in your team. Is there any tips that you've done that you think that you've done to support these people, or any coaching or anything that made these people rise up?
Well, I said this at the leadership at the breakout session yesterday. I don't feel that Jono and I have done anything to develop them. They came along and they got to work and they did what they needed to do to reach executive, which was to find 10 people to share with 2 people. But what we did do is go first. So we went just like people in our upline, just like David Jukes went first in using the products. And then, so we used the products and we had a great product experience. So then we had a story to share, because if we didn't use the products, we wouldn't have had a story to share. And then we started sharing that story. And then there was some income coming in. So then we had an income story to share. But if we didn't share the products, we wouldn't have the income. So it was really all about going first and being a product of the product, but being a product of the compensation plan as well. And I always say, I think the sweet spot is up to about $3,000 a week. So when we were earning $300 a week, I said to Jono, wow, we have like $300 a week coming into our bank account. And this is about 12 months into our journey. And I said, imagine if we could add a zero to that. How cool would that be? That would like replace one of our incomes. So that's the first thing. And then the other thing is just keeping it simple. So Jim has designed this, it blows me away still. He's designed this compensation plan, this map for us to follow, because most of us, would you agree, come in as product users. Who came in as a product user? Yeah, okay, that's, who came in for the business? So many, many less hands. So we come in just wanting better health, and we kind of stumble into this business. And we're not network marketers, we don't know what we're doing. But Jim created this simple map, the Map to Crystal Executive, that teaches us the two main skills that we need. We find people to talk to, and we share with them, and then we help them do the same thing. And that's what network marketing is about. So we don't even realize that we're developing network marketing skills if we just follow the simple plans. So the Map to Crystal Executive, then we have isagenixbusiness.com, which is like, if you've got to go home and you've got to get on that website, it is like, it's the manual to run your whole business. If you want to do this, you just have to know isagenixbusiness.com inside out like the back of your hand. We have the new associate checklist that Mara so beautifully shared with us, and it's, before that, Kathy, I just love that checklist. Before that, we all used to be like, what's the best way to set someone up for success? What's the best way? And we were all kind of doing what we thought was best, and now we just have this perfect thing that we're all using, and because we're all using it, it duplicates, because people will start the way we started them. And then the 90-day game plan, which is really our quarterly business plan. So who's ever owned a business? Yep, so lots of people. So you would know, even to get a loan from the bank, you have to have a business plan. The bank won't give you money to set up your business unless you have a business plan. And our 90-day game plan, that booklet that's in your, came in your backpack, it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's your business plan, but we only have to fill in the dots. We don't even have to write the whole business plan. So that's our 90-day game plan. So if we just do one of those every quarter, we can look at where we want to go, we can review how we went last quarter, we can change the plan, and we can move forward.
That's brilliant what she said. What I can tell you, the reason for these people's success is the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And I know you might not understand what I mean by that, but what it means is they are leading their team. They are enrolling new members. They're rank advancing new people. They're leading their team by example. And that's why, they're having such success. So one more question for you. If there's one thing you wished you knew before you joined network marketing, what would that be?
So I wish I knew what network marketing and residual income really was, because all I knew about it, my mum and dad used to say, that company starts with A? My mum and dad used to say, that company, they just annoy their friends, they come over, you think you're gonna have dinner, and suddenly out comes the whiteboard, and they're trying to sell you washing powder, and it's like, so that's all I knew. And so I knew with certainty I was never going to do one of those dodgy network marketing things. But that's for people who can't get real jobs. And so, but imagine if all of our parents taught us that every household should have another income from a direct selling or a network marketing company. Imagine if that's the message that we all grew up with. And imagine if that's the message that we can start teaching, our families and the new generation. It's a no-brainer. Why would you not have an extra, $100, $200, $1,000, $2,000, $20,000 a week coming in? Sure, still go to work and do our jobs, but when shit hits the fan, and it does, when someone gets sick, they can't go to work, someone has an accident, property prices fall in value, like whatever, don't you want to have another income? Don't you want to have something spare? Yeah, we do. So imagine if that was normal. Imagine if our normal was not, oh, those network marketing company people are annoying people and annoy their friends. You know, Jim talked yesterday at the leadership breakout about Isagenix is the company doing it right. Isagenix is the company who is the ambassador for the network marketing profession. We are redefining the professionalism of network marketing.
Very good. It's so true. You know, just think about this. Think about how Apple has changed the way we communicate. How many people have an iPhone or some kind of Apple device? Think about Google. I mean, we didn't have Google before. Google's the way we find everything. And the goal is to make network marketing the way people make a secondary income or a full-time income. So we can change this whole paradigm by giving this amazing profession the great, great goodness that it has. And it truly does change people's lives. How many people's lives have been changed because of Isagenix? Okay, Kharn, I know that you have a new baby in your life, and I'm sure that's changed your life a little bit.
Yes.
And so what does your day look like? I know you work your business with your wonderful wife, Melinda. So what does your day look like? How do you organize your day? How do you work your Isagenix business?
So, before, who doesn't have kids? Who doesn't have kids? Okay, cool. So that was Melinda and I before our beautiful little boy Elijah. So we thought we were busy. I just let you know, when you have kids, that goes to the next level. So this busyness is just out of control. So if you've got people in your team that have kids, just lay off them a little bit, because it's pretty full on. So before our little man Elijah came along, we were corporate. You know, just if you thought corporate, that was us. The picture, I was doing 50, 60 hours a week. That was my base week. Melinda was traveling. She was hardly ever home. So she'd maybe 70 or 80 hours a week with exercise and just, you know, that was us. So we built the majority of our business when we were working, when we were corporate, fitting in it, like Jen said before, you're just fitting it in to the pockets of time. So if I was on the way to a meeting, I would make a phone call on the way. If I was sitting in a doctor's office, I would send an email. If I had 30 seconds of downtime, I was doing something. And I didn't just make stuff up. I feel a bit embarrassed to be having a chat about time management when we had Susan Sly talking about time management, but I'll share what we did. It's just having your priorities for the day. So we had, okay, I want to chat to this person, I've got to ring customer service and sort this out, I've got to follow up this person. So that's what our priorities were. So you just keep them in your little skyrocket, and then when you're busy during the day, when you've got 30 seconds, when you've got 1 minute, that's when you fit those little pieces in. Because you're never going to have, if you're waiting for a 2-hour block to do Isagenix, you're never going to have it. I've never had 2 hours when I've gone, you know, I've got nothing to do. I'm going to do Isagenix. That doesn't exist for anyone unless you're on a deserted island, Tom Hanks style. So just fitting it into the pockets of time. So sort of fast forward to today with Elijah, it's, you know, it's not pretty sometimes. There's stuff going on everywhere. Elijah might be crying and he wants mum, but mum's on a 3-way call. So dad steps in to help out, and I'm trying to send a text message at the same time as Elijah's pulling my pants off because he wants to get up. And it's just not pretty. But you get it done. You just fit stuff in. So probably my biggest point is don't wait for your 2-hour block to do Isagenix, because it's never going to happen. And just to extend on what Jen said, with the husband and wife, we're really lucky. Melinda and I worked together before, so we haven't killed each other, which is great. So with most couples, it's a really, really big challenge. And for me, when we both finished work, our JOB, my ego was such a big issue because I was the man. I was the man of the house. I should be on the front line. I should be doing most of the phone calls. I should be doing most of the follow-ups. I should be doing most of the trainings because I'm the man. It doesn't matter where Melinda was. She was so much better than me at all that stuff. But I had to be there. And as soon as I got my ego out of the way, I realised that, maybe doing a little bit of the washing or taking Elijah to the park or, picking up the back office slack or having a look at reports, that's where it's at. That was a hard lesson. And you're right, it pops up sometimes. The ego gets in the way. So I've got a mush of awesome stuff in my head from the weekend. Who said the ego thing? Lisa DeMayo. Yep. So that'll always pop up. So just be aware of that in your world.
That's good. Very good. Don't let ego get in your way. So obviously you had huge growth last year. So obviously you're connecting with a lot of people. Where do you find your new people?
I've never found anyone sitting in my office with my computer off. I just need to say this. So I've never had anyone knock on my door at home and say, hello, I want Isagenix. So it's always out. I'll let you know when that happens. But it's always out and about. So we're pretty active. I'm down at the beach nearly every morning with Elijah. We go for a walk or a paddle and hang out and have a coffee and just try and sort of stalk people and watch people. So that's where I meet a lot of people in the morning, and that we're talking at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So I might connect with 2 or 3 people, and it's fun. This is not scary. It's just fun to find out about people and what's going on in their life and their story, because it's just amazing. So I might connect with a couple of people in the morning, come home, go to the gym, connect with someone. It's just out. It's just out in the real world. So Isagenix is not a full-time business in your office, 9 to 5. It's get out and explore the world. Realistically, if you're doing it properly, correct me if I'm wrong, Kathy Coover, it's a part-time business. Is that right? If you're doing it right and efficiently, it's a part-time sort of role. So don't get locked in your 4 doors. It's just out and about and meet new people.
That's great. Always be out and about, meeting new people. I love it. So did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you'd be up at 6:30 in the morning with Elijah, connecting with people, going to the gym and connecting with people, and having the success that you have?
No. No, that was network marketing. It was what weird people did. Yeah. And my life now it still doesn't feel real or normal. We're blessed to have Isagenix. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing. It's just amazing.
It is amazing.
Like, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. It must feel pretty good to be able to be home and raise your son.
Yeah. Yep.
Must feel very, very special. Instead of going, the 9 to 5 job and not getting to see his years go up.
Oh, you're going to get me started.
Yeah, I know.
You're getting me a little bit emotional. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and to have the choice to do it. I think that's the big thing. Some people don't want to spend 24 hours a day with their kids. They love them, but they don't want to spend 24 hours. But to have the choice to spend the time.
Have the choice, yeah. And Lisa is like 9:28. 9:28 at the door. I love it. It was cute. So, obviously you have, you see the big picture. All of you see the big picture with Isagenix. And Kharn, where do you see Isagenix this time next year? Where do you see this company, these people, the whole field this time next year?
This is so exciting because you've got, I'm just going to quote people smarter than me, okay. Australia and New Zealand we're not in a good way health-wise. So to have all these amazing tools, so to have Isagenix behind you, Jim and Kathy right beside you. You've got Eric and Peter working hard on the start movement on the group. You've got all these amazing tools. You've got these amazing products that can, it's like $4 a meal and you're getting 3 platefuls worth of nutrition. We've got this huge problem with health in Australia and New Zealand. Forget about growing a business, forget about growing a multi-million-dollar empire. We've got to fix this problem. Like, sorry. So, I'm excited. So we've got... We've got all these amazing new... Can you put your hand up? The new people have never been to an event before. Like, that's phenomenal. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
so
how many?
We got a population of, 33 million or whatever with Australia and New Zealand. We can fix this problem from where we stand in the next 12 months. Like, if we get off our egos and we forget about this business thing, because you know what, if you share Isagenix with your friends and if you share this amazing product which has changed not only your life but all your friends' lives, get your ego out of the way and just tell people about it. Like, I'd be so proud to stand up to travel the world and say, I'm Australian, we are the healthiest, New Zealand, sorry, Kiwis, we are the healthiest nation in the world. Like, that's what we have right in our hands. So just, this is where the breakthrough is. It's not the leaders that are sitting in the fancy seats, it's the people that are just starting, it's the people that have had amazing transformations to start with. You guys are going to have the big breakthrough for Isagenix, for internationally. And you know what? Let's kick America's ass. Let's be...
Yeah!
Get up! Come on your feet. Let's go!
Yeah.
Come on!
I hit on that one. Woo!
Woo!
Kick ass!
Awesome.
Thank you.
Sorry, Kathy.
That's awesome. I love it. How many people are thinking big and ready to kick ass?
Yeah!
Good. Weren't they amazing? Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much.